I'm Mike Gabriel. I'm a professor of history at Kutztown University, and I've been teaching there since 1994. I have my PhD from Penn State, and most of my research has involved Canada and the northern frontier during the American Revolution. My presentation tonight is called The Battle for Quebec, Richard Montgomery and the Other Invasion of Canada. A lot of people know about Benedict Arnold. Nobody knows about Richard Montgomery, although Montgomery County is right here. A lot of people remember Benedict Arnold, and that's where we're going to start. And what's interesting is Arnold has this very long career, and he becomes this infamous villain. Montgomery is the exact opposite, actually doesn't want any notoriety, talks about resigning his commission, and he's very much a reluctant but highly successful revolutionary. Ultimately, Arnold and the Americans don't really have a lot of choice. If they don't go after Canada that fall, the British are going to flood the province with reinforcements in the next spring, and then there's no chance they're going to get that. And there's still this idea that probably even England will negotiate, and the Americans need a big win quickly, and eliminating Canada as a threat is a good way of doing that. Montgomery is certainly one of the real undiscovered talents of the American Revolution, and had he lived, who knows what he would have accomplished. He overruns the largest city in Canada, Montreal. He destroys most of the British forces in Canada. Arnold never would have gotten as far as he did had Montgomery not been on the scene. And although he's forgotten, and actually sort of probably is glad he's forgotten, Montgomery clearly is one of the really important founders and one of the most important generals of the war. It's a very good question. Congress isn't sure if they should even invade Canada and doesn't make up its mind till August. So the invasions are launched very, very late, and Benedict Arnold, with George Washington's input, gets the idea that if Arnold would lead an invasion force through the Maine wilderness and attack Quebec City, at the same time the other American invasion forces going after Montreal, the British would have to split their forces and maybe both cities would fall almost immediately. The French have a mixed response to the invasion of Canada. Some of the inhabitants actually welcome the Americans. It's a chance to redeem themselves from the British. Many of the French Canadians, probably most of them frankly, are neutral, and they want to see who's going to win. They don't really want to commit themselves until they have a clear idea what's going to happen in Canada. And that's actually one of the motives that's driving Montgomery, and to a lesser degree Arnold, forward even after it's very late in the year. They think they need a win to show the Canadians the Americans will stay. Ultimately, it comes down for Arnold and Montgomery that most of the men's enlistments expire on January 1st, and they have one last chance to try to take the city. So on the night of December 30th, in a raging blizzard, snow in the face, vertical or horizontal in their face, Arnold and Montgomery make this desperate attack. They attack the city in 4 directions at once, and ultimately it's a disaster. Montgomery is killed almost immediately. Arnold shot in the leg almost immediately. 2 of the attacks fizzle, and the American gamble to take Canada, make it the 14th colony, ultimately fails. A large number of Arnold's men are actually captured and will be exchanged. Montgomery's men, they stay in Canada through the next spring, and in May, large British reinforcements arrive, almost 12,000. The Americans fall back to Montreal, abandon the city, make a half-hearted stand near the St. Lawrence River, and then retreat all the way back to Ticonderoga, completely decimated by smallpox, and they will never be in Canada again. The American push for Canada is over.